I booked a solo trip to Hawaii without my husband, and he's calling me selfish. Back in April, my husband Ryan and I started our first round of IVF. We've been trying to have a baby for 3 years and finally decided to go for it, even though it cost us almost $15,000. It failed. Not just regular failed, but completely devastating failed. I found out the day before my birthday that none of the embryos took. I spent the entire day crying in bed while Ryan went to work because he said sitting around being sad wouldn't help anything. Since then, I've been a mess. I can barely get through work without tearing up. I stopped going to family events because everyone keeps asking when we're going to have kids. My friends Jess and Mike noticed how bad things were getting. They moved to Hawaii last year for Mike's job and have this extra bedroom in their house. Last week, Jess called me and said I should come visit them for a week. Just get away from everything and process what happened. She said the flights were cheap right now and I could stay with them for free. I checked and I still have 3 weeks of paid vacation left for the year. I never use my time off because I'm always saving it for something. So I told Ryan about the trip and how I thought it would be good for me to get away. His face immediately got all tight. He asked if he was invited too. I explained that Jess and Mike only have one extra bedroom, and if he came, we'd have to get a hotel. Plus, we'd need a rental car since they only have one vehicle. It would end up costing us like $2,000 instead of just the plane ticket. Ryan got quiet and then said it wasn't fair that I got to go to Hawaii while he had to work. I reminded him that he just took a whole week off last month. He used all his paid time off to stay home and play video games and work on his car. He said that was different because it was a staycation, and we both benefited from him being home. Except I was at work the entire time, so I have no idea how I benefited. When I pointed that out, he said I was being difficult. Then he said, if you really needed a vacation, we could go somewhere together on a weekend. Like that was the same thing as getting away for a week. I told him this wasn't just about needing a vacation. It was about processing everything that happened with the IVF. He rolled his eyes and said I was still dwelling on it and that we could try again next year. Like $15,000 and months of hormones and shots and disappointment was just something to get over. I went ahead and booked the flight anyway. When Ryan saw the confirmation email, he completely lost it. He started yelling about how I was abandoning him and how marriages are supposed to be about doing things together. I asked him why he didn't think about that during his staycation. He said that was different and that I was being vindictive. Then he said the real issue was that I didn't want him there because I wanted to flirt with guys at the beach. That's when I knew he was just making stuff up to be mad about. I told him he was being ridiculous and that I needed this trip for my mental health. He said if my mental health was so bad, maybe I should see a therapist instead of spending money we don't have on plane tickets. We literally have the money. That wasn't even the real issue. Now he's giving me the silent treatment and telling his mom that I'm taking a vacation without him. She called me yesterday and said it looked bad for our marriage if I was going to Hawaii alone. She kept asking what Ryan did wrong that made me want to leave. I tried explaining about the IVF and needing space to heal, but she just said that married people heal together.